How's it going, everyone? Thanks for joining me on my small engine repair channel. Today's project's on this Husqvarna two-stage snowblower, and the problem that we're having with it is it needs a new drive belt for the transmission. So we're going to take a look at that and get that fixed up. Okay guys, so I've worked on this machine in a previous video. I'll click a link, put a link up top there for you to check that out if you want. It basically shows me troubleshooting why the belt was getting destroyed, and so it's a pretty interesting little video on troubleshooting why we actually need to replace this belt. So this video is going to concentrate just solely on replacing this drive belt back here. It is all torn up and worn out on the sides here. So there's a couple of different ways, depending on what kind of machine you have, guys. You might be able to work on this machine from the top side, or you might have to flip it up on its bucket and work on it from the bottom side, or a combination of both. Either way, first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you undo the spark plug wire, because we will be probably spinning pulleys here that are attached to engines, and we don't want this thing to fire inadvertently with our hands jammed up and in there. So this one, I believe I think I'm just going to try and work on it from the top side, and if necessary, we can go ahead and flip it on its bucket and go that route as well. So first thing we're going to have to do is from this top side, we're going to have to actually get this pulley off. This is for your auger system, because this this belt, when this belt comes off this pulley, it's going to have to go up and over this pulley and to get it out, and then we might be able to slide it out through these two pulleys down here. I know it's a pretty poor shot of that, but maybe this shot will be better. So here's the belt we're trying to take off, and if we get it off the bottom side of this pulley, it might be able to, well, it will be able to fit in between the bolt here and the bolt here, and we'll be able to slide it out the top side. But first things first, we've got to get that front pulley off, or the front belt off first. Now there is a guide over here. Sorry for the back and forth. There is a guide right here that we're going to have to take off, or at least loosen with this bolt, to kind of be able to get more access to these belts. So this bolt here is a 1/2 inch. You can probably just loosen it. Be able to spin this out of the way, and then you can even tighten it up a little bit just so it stays out of our way. It is still pretty loose, but at least it'll stay out of our way. Next thing we'll do is try and remove this belt. So there's a tensioner here, and if you pull the handle up top, it actually puts tension on that belt. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put some sideways, because I can't just pull this off. There's just not enough slack. So I'm going to put a bunch of tension sideways on this belt, and I'm going to try and pull on the pull cord to spin the engine over. And you can see, just watch your fingers, don't get that jammed up in between here. Just pull from way down here. Just keep that tension and pull it gently. And you can see it's kind of working its way off here. Now this is, once it's pretty much off, You don't have to hold it anymore. All right. So really, we're just trying to get access for this pulley to or this belt to get over this one here. So we kind of have to do the same thing with that back belt. And I'm just putting tension on the back side of it, kind of tension this way. And again, this one's gonna be a little hard because it's actually got less slack. You just really got to be careful of your fingers there. I might have to do it from the other side. You kind of have to keep the tension on it. There it goes, till it gets off. And honestly, the quicker way probably, if you don't want to reuse this belt or anything, is just to cut the belt off. Because it's going to be hard to try and get this one up and over this pulley as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't really need to save this belt. It's not in very good shape. So that would probably be just faster to cut it off. So just be very careful, guys, when you're using really sharp X-Acto knives. Don't cut yourself, slip and cut yourself. I know you can't probably see what I'm doing here. Alright. If you're concerned about how the belt actually goes on, guys, just take some pictures before you take this apart. Alright, so I have my new belt here now. The hardest part here is just going to be trying to reroute this back in, and this is where you probably would be beneficial to either split the machine in half and kind of give us more access down in this area, or like I say, you can flip it up on its lid to get that bottom part connected, and then you can try and flip it back over here. Let me see here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the machine in half, and a lot of machines have a couple of bolts to do that. This machine in particular is easy peasy to do it. There's only one bolt here, one bolt on the other side, and then it pivots down here right down where my finger is. It pivots, and then this back half of the machine will kind of fall this way. The front half will just stay where it is, and it kind of cracks it in half. Now you're going to need somebody to either help you with this and hold this back half so it doesn't fall on the ground, or what I do is I just use my lawnmower lift, and I lift it up so that it supports this back end. Okay, so what I've actually done here is remove the front half bucket area right away, fully removed it from that back half. And now we're going to reinstall this belt. It just gives us so much more room. So let's go ahead and put it over the top pulley first. And it goes around this guy like so, and then you can start it down this side so that I can get it onto that pulley at least. And then what you can do is you can, because you got a lot of it already on, a lot of times if you just make sure you keep the tension on the belt and keep turning this pulley, eventually it will just get to a point where it just falls into place. And again, this is why you don't want to have the spark plug wire attached, because we are turning over the engine when we do that. And that's it. I mean, it's on there nice and tight now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the front half back on with its belt. If you're going to replace the belt this for the auger, this would be a good time to do that as well. And I'll kind of probably fast forward me doing this part just because it's fairly self-explanatory here. Alright, so from the top side everything looks good. There's supposed to be constant tension on this belt always, because that's always rotating. And then we could put this guy back just for the guide. Snug that up, and it should be ready to go at this point. I gotta put my chute back on, and then I'm gonna just double check everything from the bottom side by flipping this over and make sure nothing's caught up, it's bent anything or whatever. Okay, so just a quick look from the bottom side, make sure everything's in order. The brake for the auger, everything is not out of place. The belt is around both of these bottom pulleys perfectly fine. Looks like nothing is rubbing on anything else that it shouldn't be. So I think this is a wrap, guys. Alright, so yeah, on a scale 1 to 10, this might be a 6 or 7 out of 10, but it is doable. Just follow the instructions. And again, some of them are a little bit different, but for the most part, they all kind of work about the same. So hopefully this is informative to somebody. If it was, go ahead and smash the like button. If you're not a subscriber, consider doing so. That really helps me out on the channel. So until our next project, guys, take care.